If you love dark romance, dangerous obsession, and men who stare too long and care too hard, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Now, here's what happened the night the fire took everything I owned and left me in the one man's hands I should have run from. I wake up choking on smoke. It's the kind of choking that feels thick, real, clawing its way down my throat as my mind snaps awake in a room filled with flickering orange. My apartment is on fire. I stumble out of bed, coughing, vision blurring. Heat rolls against me like waves. My nightstand glows red from the reflection of flames crawling up my curtains. My heart slams against my ribs. I grab my phone, but the screen stays black dead. The fire alarm screeches above me. I'm dizzy, barefoot, panicked. The hallway is worse. Smoke pours like a living thing, swallowing everything. I can barely see. I scream for help, but my voice disappears into the roar of heat. I hear a crash from downstairs. Heavy boots. A low, rough voice shouting, "Fire department. Is anyone still in here?" "I'm here," I rasp. Upstairs. Footsteps thunder up the staircase. A tall figure appears through the smoke. A man in heavy gear, helmet, mask, thick jacket. He practically bursts through the last few steps. "I've got you," he says, voice muffled through the mask but deep. "Steady." He grabs me around the waist, lifting me like I weigh nothing. "Stay with me, sweetheart. Don't close your eyes." I cling to his jacket, burying my face into smoke-soaked fabric. He shields me as burning debris falls behind us. He carries me fast down the stairs, through boiling air, out the door into the freezing night. He lays me onto the cool grass. The mask snaps off his face. Piercing blue eyes. Strong jaw. Soot smeared across white skin. "You're safe," he says, gripping my face gently to keep me from drifting. "Stay awake. Look at me." I do. His eyes are the last thing I see before everything fades to black. I wake in the hospital, lungs raw, head pounding. The nurse tells me the fire department brought me in. The apartment is destroyed. Total loss. And someone is waiting to speak to me. When he walks in, I recognize him immediately without the gear. The man who carried me out of the fire. He's changed, dark jeans, black t-shirt under a leather jacket, badge clipped to his belt. His hair is damp, pushed back. His gaze is sharp, too sharp for a casual visitor. He stops at the foot of my bed. "Hi," he says, voice low, deliberate. "I'm Cole Maddox, State Fire Investigator." So he wasn't just a firefighter. "I remember you," I whisper. His jaw tightens the slightest bit, like he wasn't expecting that. "You were unconscious by the time I got you outside," he says. "But you held on." I swallow, my throat burning. Was it an accident? His eyes meet mine in a way that instantly tells me the answer is complicated. "We're still investigating," he says. "But it didn't start in the kitchen, or near any power outlets, or near anything that should have ignited." Fear cinches my chest. "So someone said it," I whisper. He pulls a chair closer to the bed, sits down slowly, elbows on his knees, leaning in. "Do you have enemies, Nora?" His saying my name startles me. "I never gave it." "How do you?" "I read the file," he murmurs. "Of course. But something about the way he says it feels more personal than procedural." "I don't have enemies," I say. "I barely talk to anyone." He nods, eyes scanning me carefully. "Yeah, I noticed." "Noticed?" I echo. He leans back slightly. "Your building. I've been there before." My breath catches. "For another fire?" "No," his gaze doesn't waver. "For you." I stiffen. He catches it immediately. "Not like that," he says quietly. "There was a break-in at your place 3 months ago. You filed a report." My stomach twists. "I was the responding officer," he adds. Realization hits. The dimly lit hallway. The tall shadow in uniform. The calm voice telling me the intruder was already gone. "That was you." "Yeah." He studies me, expression unreadable. "You didn't remember me." I shake my head. "No. It was raining," he murmurs. "You were shaking. I stayed until you stopped." Something flutters inside me at the thought of him standing in my dark apartment, waiting until I stopped trembling before he left. It's too intimate. Too much. Did the break-in have anything to do with the fire? I ask. "We're figuring that out," he says. But both events revolve around you. His eyes stay locked on mine when he says it. I open my mouth, but he lifts a hand slightly. You don't have to talk today. But I need you to know something. He leans in again, closer than before, voice dropping. I don't think the fire was random, Nora. My pulse spikes. And I'm not letting you go back to an empty apartment. Not until I know who did this, why, and whether they're coming back. His tone is calm, but underneath it is steel. Do you understand? I nod, too stunned to speak. He stays a moment longer. Then in a softer voice. You're lucky you woke up. I swallow. Why's that? His gaze darkens. Because I was 2 minutes from losing you. The words hit deeper than they should. You don't even know me, I whisper. His jaw flexes. I know enough. They release me the next afternoon. Cole is waiting outside, leaning against an unmarked black SUV. When he sees me, he straightens, walks over with a slow, deliberate confidence. You're coming with me, he says. It's not a question. I can go to a hotel, I say. No, his eyes pin mine. The person who set your apartment on fire didn't think you'd survive. A hotel room with a flimsy lock won't keep them out. Fear ripples through me. Where are we going? I ask. My place. That sounds safe, he finishes. I blink at him. His expression softens barely, like he realizes how it sounded. You don't have to be scared of me, he says quietly. I'm on your side. But something in his tone sends a shiver down my spine anyway. Not fear exactly, but something stranger. Something that tells me he isn't the kind of man who lets go once he decides something is his responsibility. Or his problem. Or his interest. The car ride is silent except for the hum of the engine. His house is a modern, secluded place on the edge of the city. Dark wood, tall windows, too quiet. The kind of place a man like him would live alone. Inside, the walls are lined with photos, crime scenes, burn patterns, investigations. It's not normal decor. But Cole Maddox isn't a normal man. He shows me the guest room, sets fresh clothes on the bed. Are these for me? Yes. You just had these? I bought them this morning. My pulse stumbles. You didn't even know I'd come with you. He steps closer, eyes steady. I knew. The intensity in his voice makes my breath catch. Why are you doing all this? I whisper. He looks me over slowly like he's memorizing every inch. Because someone tried to erase you, he says softly. And I'm not letting that happen. My heart pounds. Cole, you don't have to trust me, he says. But you will. A tremor runs down my spine. He walks closer, stopping only when he's inches away. You think I don't remember you, he murmurs. The night I found you crying after the break-in? You think I don't remember how you tried to act like you weren't shaking? Time stops. I remember, he says softly. Every detail. I inhale sharply. And when I saw your building on fire, he adds, voice roughening, I thought I was too late. His hand lifts like he wants to touch me, but he stops just short of my cheek. I'm not losing you, he whispers. It's too intimate, too intense, too much like a promise he has no right to make. I step back, heartbeat wild. But he just watches me, jaw tight, eyes burning with something dark and unyielding. You can run from everyone else, he says softly. But you don't run from me. It should scare me. Maybe it does. But under the fear is something else, something twisted and warm, because for the first time since the fire I don't feel alone. I feel claimed. I hate that I like the feeling. He steps away, finally giving me space. Get some rest, he says quietly. I'll be here all night. As he leaves the doorway, he adds, barely audible. I'm not letting anything happen to you. Ever. I lie awake long after the house goes quiet, staring at the ceiling, the scent of smoke still in my hair, the echo of his voice in my head. I survived the fire. And now I'm in the home of the one man who seems to want me more than answers. A man who doesn't lose things he decides to protect. Or keep. I don't know if I'm safer here. I don't know if I'm in more danger. All I know is that Cole Maddox is not letting me disappear. And somewhere deep inside, I'm not sure I want to,